If you've been publishing for a little while now and you're still not getting the exact results that you want with Amazon KDP, there's a good chance it's one of these reasons that I'm going to cover in this video. Hey everybody, my name is Emeka and I am the founder of the Profit Formula Publishing Academy, and this is our YouTube channel. And my goal is really simple: to give you amazing content to help you make money with Amazon KDP, so you are not a brokey and you can work with me eventually, and I can help you scale you to $20, $30, $40, or $50,000 a month with Amazon KDP. So let's get into this video. Now, I'm going to give you a little bit of context first. I've been doing this for 9 years. I've seen it all. I've gone through everybody's programs. I've had multiple programs of my own. I talk with everybody in the space. I'm very, very well entrenched in the publishing space. So everything I'm going to talk about today, it's from what I observed over the last 9 years. Now, I'm going to be as brutally honest as I possibly can. And so let's just kind of dive into it. The first thing that I wrote down is you're not following one system. And what I mean by this is you are on YouTube trying to put together pieces of this business on how to make money with self-publishing, and you're grabbing bits and pieces from all over the place, and you're getting confused and frustrated, as you should be, because it's YouTube. It's really hard to learn stuff. It's not impossible, but it does make it a little bit more challenging. Look, the fastest way, and this will be extremely controversial for me to say this for obvious reasons, but the fastest way to scale or to get better at self-publishing is go buy a program. I almost swore there. Just go buy a program. That's the fastest way. I don't even care if it's mine. Just go buy one, because you'll just make money faster by following a program that goes from A to Z versus going on YouTube and trying to grab a whole bunch of different random videos and putting it together for yourself. There is stuff you're missing, and you don't know you're missing it until you've actually paid somebody money. They've given you a program and you're like, oh my God, there was so much more to it than I thought. That's just the God honest truth. And like I said, it doesn't have to be mine. It can be anybody's, but you will get better results by buying a program than you will just following random videos on YouTube. It's just how it is. When I want to learn something like paid ads or whatever part of whatever I need to learn, guess what I do? I usually do YouTube for a little bit to kind of get a sense of, get my bearings. And then I go find out, okay, who has the best? And I just go give them money and I go follow their stuff. That's just the fastest way of learning, because I don't want to take forever trying to put together everything. I just want somebody to say, here's exactly what you have to do. Here's what you don't want to do, and go do it. Boom. It's immediate feedback and it's immediate results. So that's what I would definitely suggest. Now, let's say you're in a program, you have to follow the program, and it doesn't mean follow parts of the program. It means follow the entire program from A to Z. Don't skip stuff. Inside those programs, the people who have created it, they have created it in a way that they know it's going to help their students get the absolute best results possible. So some of them are going to have like a coaching call. Some of them are going to have like a community group or whatever the case is. I can tell you without a shadow of a doubt that the top income producing students started being on every single call, were active in all the communities, and they're the ones that you see there all the time. And what happens over time is one day they just disappear. And it's not that they just decided to quit. It's just they reached a point where they didn't need any more help from the group, or they didn't need any more help from the Q&A call or from the the coaching call. And they're just making a lot of money. And so boom, then they come back and they're like, yeah, I just made like 50 grand last month. And you're like, I haven't seen you in like so long. But when you're brand new and when you're struggling and when you're trying to figure out everything, the fastest way to improve is to be on every single coaching call. It's to be inside the group daily, asking questions, answering questions, seeing what people are doing, connecting with other members. Like, if you do those things, there is 0% chance that you won't succeed in this business. 0%. I've never seen it happen. Somebody who's like showing up to every call, who's in the group, asking questions, being involved, being a good student essentially, and not succeed in this business. It just doesn't happen. So there's your little secret if you're looking for one. Okay, now the second, numero dos, is you're mixing too many mentors. Now, I'm going to say this just because I just don't give a shit. I don't care if you follow me, you follow Barry, you follow Peter, you follow Sean. It doesn't matter. But when you buy somebody's program, you need to just follow them until you've reached a level of success where your business is kind of starting to get going, like around like 2 or 3 grand a month. Because we all teach the same thing. We all teach you how to make money with KDP, right? Sean has his way. I have my way. Peter has his. Barry has his. He wears a robe, which gives him instant success. But we all teach the same stuff. We just tweak it a little bit. That's bar none how it's done. And if you try to mix my techniques with one of theirs or their techniques with one of the other guys or whatever the case is, you are like, it's not 100%, but it's like 95% you're going to screw up your business because you don't know what you're doing. And sometimes it's the nuances that make the biggest difference, right? And this is something I've seen this happen so many times where I'll go look at what a student's doing, like with ads, for example. I'll go look at what a student's doing, right? And I've showed them how to do ads one way. And then they've mixed in another like teacher's ads method into my method. And they're like, yeah, I'm just not getting the results. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? This is a disaster. Like, pick somebody and follow them. And like, I'm sorry for swearing, but it's just so frustrating. It's like, you literally paid me money. So just ignore everybody else and listen to me. Like, that's all I'm trying to do is make you money because I want your testimonial. That's it. That's like my only goal. And that's the same for everybody else on YouTube. Okay. Their only goal is for you to make money so they can get a testimonial from you and get more students. So, like, that's it. That's our entire business model. But that only works if you actually follow the advice and you listen and you make money. But when you start mixing and mingling everything and you're not ready to, and you're not at the level where you actually understand what's happening or why you're doing things, you just make it so much harder for yourself. And it's killing your business, right? And it's frustrating us. So without going much longer onto this point, pick the person that you relate to the most. If it's my style that you like the most, then like follow me and go through my stuff and let me help you get the results. But like, if it's not, and if it's one of the other guys, go follow them and come back to me one day. I don't know, maybe not, who knows? But just go follow the person that you relate to the most. Why? Because you have to listen to them. You have to like hearing their voice. You have to like their style. And you cannot get a program from somebody that you don't like or somebody you don't want to hear or somebody that you doubt, because then you're not going to follow it and it's going to screw up your results. And then that's going to screw up our stats and nobody wins. Do you see how that works? Right? So I don't know. I feel like I kind of went off on that. It's like success is so easy. And it gets very frustrating when I see somebody who's like paid me money and they're just screwing it up by doing things that I've like never taught them. And I'm like, why are you, in which lesson did I teach you to do that? Oh, well, I heard it from somebody on YouTube. Like, I've never even heard of this person. I'm like, well, I'm sorry. Did you pay them to tell you how to do this? No, you paid me. So just do what I'm teaching you to do because that's what I do. It's what I know is going to get you results. So just follow it. Like, it's not hard. Okay. And hey, really quick here, I will do my shameless plug. If you are new and you do want to learn how to do this business completely 110% for free is my free 3-day challenge where you can learn how to write a book, find a topic, write a book, publish a book, and profit from that book all within a couple of days. It's 100% free. You can go to the link that's going to be in the description. You also get access to like a bonus free community as well. So you can chat with people in there and tag me and I'll answer questions for you as well. But it's 100% for free. So you can go check that out in the link right now. Okay, the third reason that people really screw things up is they misread the data. And I tried not to make this just about ads, but like misreading the data means this. Like, say you have a book that's like 3 weeks old and your ACOS is like 200%. Is it bad? Well, no, we need more context, right? Because if a campaign's at 200% ACOS, well, why is it at 200% ACOS? What I used to do, I'd panic and I would just turn off that campaign. But that's a bad way of running your business because we have to understand why is it at such a high ACOS, and we open it up and we go down a couple layers and then we understand, oh, well, like this one keyword is like getting 90% of the traffic and like 0 clicks. And that's why our ACOS is like crazy high. And so we just turn off that keyword and then we let it run for a couple more weeks and it's like a 20% ACOS now. So it's reading the data wrong. Now, another thing that we can look at is like timing and seasonality, right? Like when you're doing certain books, the timing of your launch does matter depending on like what's going on in the year or the time of the year, etc. Like, some books just do a lot better at Christmas time and some don't. Some books do better kind of all year around. You got to take out these external factors into play. And I guess the hardest part of this is can't read the data until you have the experience. And that's challenging for newbies. But that's probably if there was like one thing I've really improved on over the last like 24 months, it's just reading data, and it's making decisions based on the data that I'm bringing in my publishing business. And it's just, sorry, like every thought keeps coming back to ads. And just because the more I think about it, ads are just so important because they just give you the data that you can't get anywhere else. They tell you the real-time data of what's going on with your books. Like if your cover's no good, if your description's no good, if your A+ content's no good, if your price is too high, or if it's too low, like all of that stuff comes from your ad data. And so I guess this point is really, it should be like, learn how to read your ads data better and understanding why the data is what it is and what it's telling you and everything. I guess this is a good time to like plug the video that I made for the KDP ads doctor. It's like this custom GPT that I built. It's totally free. It's inside that SKOOL community, and it like helps you understand your ad data better. I guess you could just go check that out after this video. That would probably help you understand the data better. Okay, number 4. This one is huge. I experienced this again this last holiday season as I did the previous holiday season, and it's becoming emotionally attached to the wrong books. I know the process of creating a book, and especially if you take months on it, especially if it's like your first book or your second book, and you become emotionally attached to that book. And I get it. But the only thing you need to be emotionally attached to is making money. And if that book is not making money and you have another book that starts making money, you become more emotionally attached to that second book. Going into one holiday season like 2 years ago, we had this one book that I did so much work on. It was like, yeah, I did like the free Facebook group thing, and like it was like so much effort went into this book, and it was just like so frustrating because it was like almost there. And then I had another book that I found this niche on, and I published in that, and like it started taking off. It was like, oh man. And so, but I was like, okay, well, this one seems to be doing better, so I guess I just forget that and focus all on this. And of course I did that, and that was the best decision ever. But then going into last holiday season, you guys all know how I feel about low content and coloring books. Like I'm not a big fan of them for a couple reasons. One is because too many people start with them, and that's a horrible thing to start with. And so that's why I'm so vocal about them on the channel. However, going into like, it was probably like around October, we noticed like, we're like, oh no, it's not like, oh no, like it's bad, but it's like, our coloring books are really taking off like way earlier than normal. And it got to the point where like, oh my God, I think our coloring books are going to be like the stars this holiday season. And we just kind of like shifted focus. And before you knew it, I think I don't have the exact stats in front of me, but definitely the top 2, possibly even the top 3 books were coloring books priced at $14.99. So we make like $6-7 off them compared to my other books where you make $10 off of. But these coloring books were just absolutely killing it. And I had to make sure I was not emotionally attached to trying to force those other traditional high content books to sell when the easy money was, oh my God, these coloring books are taking off. Let's put everything we can into these to make sure they're fully optimized to max out the money that they're making. And that was the right call. And it's very important. Don't get hung up on your emotions. Get hung up on what's going to bring you the results the fastest. That's so key. I'll bring this up as well because it's happening to some of you, not a lot of you. It's happening to some. The majority of people are not being affected by it. It's like Amazon blocking books. If you get a book blocked, okay, boo-hoo. You can send a couple of emails. You can try to fight it. You can go the lawyer route if you can afford that, but it's just not a guarantee. But if it happens, boo-hoo. You have 2 choices. You cry about it and quit, or you can just go publish a new book. That's it. Those are your 2 options. Just the faster you make that decision, the faster it becomes something that just happened in the past, and it's a little story that you get to tell down the road. But you got to make that decision quickly because that's just the fastest way of overcoming it. And it sucks. Like when we lose a book or whatever the case is, yes, it always does suck. It's never a fun scenario, but it's just part of doing business, and shitty things happen sometimes. So removing your emotion from that, as hard as it will be, is the best thing and the only thing that's going to allow you to move faster and become stronger down the road. Okay, number 5 is, we're kind of going back to coaching again. It's you bought help, like you bought a program, but you didn't commit. I don't understand this. I honestly don't. I don't understand how people can buy a program, pay money, and then just not follow through. It boggles my mind. It honestly does. I don't know why. Because you obviously buy it because you want to make more money, but then for some reason, you just don't bother doing anything. Why? Like, what stops you? I would like, if you've ever done this in the past, like for anything, I'd love to see that in the comments. Like, why? Why do you do that, right? Like, I get like buying like a game or something and not playing it, right? But why would you invest in a program like a couple grand and then just not use it? I don't understand. Especially when you can publish a book for like $0. So it's not like there's a, you gotta like pay $1,000 for like a AI manuscript credit or something like that. It's like you could just go publish a book and it'll cost you pretty much nothing. So it's definitely not a financial thing, but not committing. And this kind of ties in with number 6. And I don't know which one bugs me more out of these last 2 points, but it's quitting after one book. I honestly don't know what bugs me more. Quitting before you publish, after you've bought a course, or quitting after you've published one book because you didn't get the results you want. Whew, that's a tough one. That's a tough one. I don't know what, and it doesn't like piss me off. It just makes me disappointed for you. Like, that's how I feel. I'm like, oh, you were so close. What happened? You gave up on your dreams already? Like, I get some people don't face challenges the same as everybody else, right? But like, you publish one book and it probably took you a few months, right? And you probably faced a lot of challenges and a lot of frustrations, and maybe you had to learn a lot of new skills, and that's okay because that's what you paid for. You paid to learn something new. But I feel it goes to waste if you don't repeat that process one more time, because all you had to do was do that one more time and you'll realize you're like, holy crap, it was 80% easier this time. Yeah, because you did all the hard stuff the first time, and that was the first time you had to do it. But your second time, you know what to expect, and you'll do it. It's so much easier. And your book ends up doing better because you're better at it. And then by that time, you're like, oh, I could probably do this again, because you've figured out more things. You're like, oh, I'll do my third book like this. And then your third book, and then you're like, hey, I'm starting to make money now, right? And that's one of the reasons that I always tell my students to focus on just doing 5 books. Do 5 books and then like look at your results. Don't look at your results after 1 because it's irrelevant. Don't look at your results after 2 because it could be luck. Don't look at your results after 3, but start paying attention to patterns. But books 4 and 5 are really when you want to say, hey, I think I'm figuring this out. And that's absolutely key, because remember this, you see all the dashboards, you see the screenshots, you see all the people celebrating, making massive amounts of money in this space. Guess what? They all started exactly where you are. They all faced the exact same challenges you did. They've all suffered the exact same way you have. We've all been there. The only difference is they just didn't give up. They just kept doing it. They kept learning. They kept joining the calls. They kept asking the questions, and they just refused to give up. This business can pay you a lot of money, like stupid amounts of money, for doing very, very little work down the road. But in the beginning, we all had to work our asses off, right? And you might be thinking, and I hope you're not right now, it's like, oh, Mecca, that's so easy for you to say. It's like, okay, sweetheart, I've been doing this for 9 years. Like, I made no money off my first couple books. They were a joke. They were horrible. I had no clue what I was doing. I just kept publishing books and I kept learning. That was it. And then I kept doing that over and over and over again. I had 100 books published in my first Amazon account. Over 100. When you publish that many books, you learn how to publish books, right? And guess what? Then you get more efficient. And I have like half of that in my current Amazon account. And I make so much more money than I did in my last one, because I'm just better at it now, because my skill level went up. But we all started where you are. We all started with that first manuscript, that first formatting job, the bad hires on Fiverr, bad covers, the emails from KDP. We've all gone through all of that. But the ones who you see every day with the screenshots of making like $10,000, $50,000 a month, whatever, are the ones who just didn't quit. So I really, really hope this video helped. I feel like it might have been a little all over the place, but forgive me. That's just kind of how it was in my head today. And the video I want you to watch after this is the 7 things that you should do as soon as you've published your book. Go do these 7 things. So that video is going to be like linked somewhere on the screen, so you can go hit that up. Till next time, everybody. Peace.